I'm a general surgeon from Malawi in Africa. I work in a tertiary hospital in Malawi called Kamuzu Central Hospital. So I heard this from alumni of Merck Foundation, and they were telling me about the way Merck Foundation has changed their life, and I decided to apply, but the application process is through the First Lady in Malawi. So I did the application and I got admitted. As I said, we have a huge cancer burden here in my country. What we see most of the times includes conditions like breast cancer. We see a lot of colorectal cancer. We see a lot of abdominal malignancies. We see a lot of skin malignancies, as well as head and neck malignancies. The beauty is that what we see mostly in my country is what we are training now and what we are seeing at Tata Memorial Hospital, which I think is going to help in alleviating the problem of surgical oncology in my country. So in males, the main ones include cancer of the esophagus, colorectal cancer, and liver malignancies, and as well as prostate cancer. But in females, the biggest one is cervical cancer, seconded by breast cancer, and then we've got lymphomas, which comes as a third biggest one. I've been wanting to embark on the surgical oncology program for quite some time. Having been in the surgical field for quite some time, I've been operating on surgical oncology patients, but without the knowledge of surgical oncology. So I've been operating from a general surgical point of view, which often at times gives a little bit of a challenge because we hardly achieve the curative intent that a surgical oncologist can. So my expectations from this training is that I would achieve to attain that goal and at least provide the necessary service to my patients and in terms of curative intent for most of the patients in my country. The training here is quite formidable in a sense that they do quite a range of the surgical services, which I'm sure is going to drill me quite much in terms of support and the service that I need to back home in Malawi. Initially, doing surgical oncology, you have to go through a variety of departments to achieve a surgical oncology profile. And looking at the burden and the time frame, it's important to look at what's the prevailing burden, biggest burden in one's country. And the biggest prevailing burden is, as I said, includes breast cancer as well as gastrointestinal malignancies. So what I would love and what I'm doing now in terms of exposure is to be exposed to breast cancer, to be exposed to gastrointestinal malignancies, as well as also medical oncology management as well, so that at least I'm groomed in all aspects of gastrointestinal and breast, which is the main prevailing biggest malignancies that we see back home in Malawi. The numbers are so limited. In terms of oncologists, we've got only 2 medical oncologists the whole country. We've got 3 radiation oncologists the whole country. We've got no surgical oncologist. We've got 1 radiologist. We've got 3 anatomical pathologists the whole country. So, but the population of the country is around 18 million, and the cancer burden is quite huge. And this also has a direct impact on the service as well. So in Malawi, we have a newly built National Cancer Center, which is situated in my hospital, and it was opened last year, which has been run by a radiation oncologist and medical oncologist. And we are in the process of getting an operating theater in the same unit, as it was not part of the plan initially. but now we pushed so that there should be an operating theatre in the cancer center. So we are in the process. By the time I'll be going back home, the theatre will be up and running. So my main role when I go back is to work in the cancer center as well as to work in this particular unit and deploy the services that I'm learning here to the patients in the country. Management of cancer involves a multidisciplinary team, and there's no particular individual that can manage cancer on their own. So as I said earlier on, the numbers that we have are so limited. I forgot to say that the nurses, on the nursing part, there are only 2 trained oncology nurses for the whole country as well. So we've got that gap, which is quite huge. So the human resource is quite important. We need more surgical oncologists, we need more nurses, we need more radiation oncologists, medical oncologists, and it's just a whole lot. So in terms of the huge burden that we have is the human resource, as well as in terms of the equipment and infrastructure. The good thing is that we have the cancer center, but it's not up there yet, but it's a good start. So I think the other aspect is just to equip the cancer center with a name that should serve as the biggest cancer center for the whole country. So with those 2 equipment and human resource, I believe that we can achieve much. This is a wonderful opportunity for me, and I gladly give a lot of credit to Merck Foundation for the opportunity, as well as the First Lady from Malawi and the First Lady's office for the opportunity. I know that this is not opportunity only rendered to me as an individual, but I think to the country, because the country will seem to benefit once I go back. I know that I've been practicing as a surgeon, as a general surgeon for the past 7 years, but now with this training and the knowledge that I will gather is going to go a long way in saving a lot of Malawian patients. Malawi